Hello everyone, welcome to Barca News. It is January 19th, 2024, and it's reported that Barcelona are currently considering not signing anyone in the winter transfer market despite activating the economic lever known as Barca Vision. Also, we now know the price that Manchester City have set for their midfielder Kalvin Phillips. And finally, I will tell you what's going on with Vitor Roque and why we didn't see him play in the Copa del Rey. We have a lot to discuss. So let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo, and before we begin with the news, just a quick reminder to make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. All of this helps this channel continue to grow. Also, there was a lot of news coming out of Camp Barca today, so I will be making 2 videos with the second one dropping in a few hours. So make sure you check it out and don't miss the very exciting news that the second video will contain. Now let's begin with this video's news because it's reported that Barcelona are currently considering not signing anyone in the winter transfer market, even if they do activate the Barca Vision economic lever. Now, as you already know by now, Barcelona sold a portion of Barca Vision, which was formerly known as Barca Studios during the summer transfer market, to the German investment fund Libero, who didn't pay the 40 million euros to Barcelona that they were supposed to pay. As a result, Barcelona filed a lawsuit against the Germans, and then they started looking for a new investor to sell Barca Vision to. Now, Joan Laporta traveled to Dubai on several occasions, and during those trips, he was able to locate 3 different investors who are willing to purchase that Barca Vision. And it's reported that Barcelona are working hard to activate this economic lever before the end of the winter transfer market, because in order for Barcelona to sign a reinforcement for the pivot position, they will have to activate the economic lever before the winter transfer market closes. Well, it's now being reported that Barcelona are currently considering not signing anyone, even if they do activate the economic lever on time. And this is again a decision that they're currently considering and that they have not taken, because Barcelona considered that maybe they can use those 40 million euros of financial fair play rule room in order to complete other tasks which the club still have pending. Now, Barcelona have yet to register the contract of Xavi Hernandez or the contract renewal of Xavi Hernandez. They have also only registered a part of Alejandro Valdez's contract renewal. They've only registered a part of Íñigo Martínez's contract. And of course, Gavi is only registered under a court order and not officially registered with La Liga as a first-team player. So Barcelona are now considering whether they should use the 40 million euros from the activation of the economic lever to register all of these contracts, rather than signing someone on a 6-month loan to reinforce the pivot position. Now again, this is a decision that Barcelona have yet to take, and it's reported that this weekend will be crucial to Barcelona's decision, because by this weekend, Barcelona will know whether they're gonna be able to activate the economic lever on time or not, and also Barcelona will decide on whether they have a clear picture of who they want to sign during this winter transfer market, because if Barcelona are not convinced by the options that they have available, they're not going to sign anyone, and instead they will use the 40 million euros to register the contracts that they still have pending. And speaking of signing a midfielder, as I reported in yesterday's video, Deco has set his sight on signing Kalvin Phillips from Manchester City on a 6-month loan, because as I've reported before, Deco would like to sign a physical and athletic midfielder who can serve as a defensive midfielder or as a pivot. Now, it's reported that Manchester City have now set a price for the loan of Kalvin Phillips, which is 8 million euros, which is incredibly high for a 6-month loan. And it's reported that there are other clubs after the Manchester City midfielder, including West Ham, Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Atletico de Madrid, and even Juventus. Now, Barcelona think that Manchester City might eventually drop down the price, because 8 million euros for a loan is a lot of money. However, if Manchester City decide not to go below the 8 million euro loan fee, then Barcelona will not look to sign Kalvin Phillips, because it's absolutely absurd to pay that much for only a 6-month loan. Now on to the news that after the draw held by the Royal Spanish Football Federation, Barcelona has now found out who their opponent will be in the quarterfinals of Copa del Rey. and it will be no other than Athletic Club de Bilbao. Now, Athletic Club de Bilbao is the other club who has won the most trophies, or the most Copa del Reyes, with Barcelona being in first place with 31 trophies, and Athletic Club de Bilbao in second place with 23 trophies. So amongst the two rivals, they have won a total of 54 trophies, and this will be another meetup yet in the Copa del Rey, where Barcelona will be facing a very strong competition managed by the former Barcelona coach, Ernesto Valverde. Now, this quarterfinal will be played on January 24th, which is 3 days right after Barcelona plays against Real Betis, and 3 days before Barcelona have to play against Villarreal. So this will be definitely a hectic week for Barcelona, where they're gonna have to play 3 different matches in a span of 7 days. And speaking of Copa del Rey, Vitor Roque only featured for 9 minutes against Unionistas de Salamanca, which has caused a lot of questions, or raised a lot of questions amongst the fans, who are currently asking, why is Xabi not playing Vitor Roque more often, or giving him more playing time, or even why is Xabi not starting the Brazilian gem? Now, the reason Vitor Roque did not play the 2 matches in the Spanish Super Cup was because he picked up some discomfort in the Copa del Rey match against UD Barbastro, and the reason why Vitor Roque did not play more than 9 minutes against Unionistas was because Barcelona are currently reporting that Vitor Roque is not ready to start a match, and he's also not ready to play the full 90 minutes. Now, there are several reasons why Barcelona consider that Vitor Roque is not ready. The first one is, of course, because Vitor Roque just arrived in Barcelona a few weeks ago, and when a player joins a new club, he needs some time to adapt to his new team. But not only is Vitor Roque adapting to Barcelona, he also just came from the Brazilian league, so he's also adapting to Spanish football, which is, of course, much faster, more intense, and a lot more competitive than the Brazilian league. So Vitor Roque is both adjusting to his new club, the new league, and the new continental football that he's currently playing. But not only that, Barcelona are also reporting that Vitor Roque is not physically fit yet in order to start a match or to play the full 90 minutes. Now, a lot of people have forgotten that Vitor Roque was injured for 3 months, so he was out of action for 3 months in a row. He did go back to play, but he only played a few minutes with Atlético Paranaense, and then he took another break in order to get married and also for Christmas. So Vitor Roque has been out of action for a very long time, and when players are out of action for a very long time, it takes them some time to get back into shape and also to get back into competitive rhythm. So not only is Vitor Roque adapting to his new club in his new league, but he's also getting back into form and into competitive shape after being out of action for several months. And that is why Xabi has yet to start the Brazilian star, and that is why Xabi has not been giving him many minutes. And while we're still on the topic of the Copa del Rey, I do want to talk about Pau Cubarsí, because I forgot to mention him in my post-match live analysis, and I have to say that Pau Cubarsí showed us that he's definitely a star in the making. Now, the 16-year-old center back came in for Andreas Christensen, who left after he felt some discomfort, and immediately Pau Cubarsí showed us the quality that he has, because he was very composed on the ball, and he also showed very strong defensive presence. Now, Pau Cubarsí was crucial in the ball distribution of Barcelona, which is something that he's known for, where he completed 56 out of 60 passes that he attempted, and he was also crucial in setting up Jules Koundé's goal. And not only that, but Pau Cubarsí also showed us how good he is defensively, where he had many successful ball recoveries through tackles and blocks, and where he only committed 1 foul in 65 ball interventions. So definitely very impressive numbers by Pau Cubarsí, and very impressive performance by Pau Cubarsí, who, despite being 16-year-old, he showed us the kind of leadership that he had, where he was seen many times giving instructions to his teammates and telling them where they should supposed to be positioned. So I'm definitely very excited to see what Pau Cubarsí has in store for us, and this exactly explains why Xabi Hernandez has been choosing Cubarsí over Mika Faye, because as it stands today, Pau Cubarsí is much more developed and much more ready to play in the first team than Mika Faye is. And that, of course, is understandable, because after all, Pau Cubarsí has been in the academy for many years, where Mika Faye just arrived a few months ago. Now, this doesn't mean that Mika Faye will never be ready for the first team. I'm sure he will, and who knows, Mika Faye one day might even be better than Pau Cubarsí. But as it stands today, January 19, 2024, Pau Cubarsí is definitely more ready to be on the first team than Mika Faye, and that's exactly what he showed us against Unionistas de Salamanca. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like. Also, I'd like to invite all of you to please leave a comment down below, giving me all your thoughts and opinions about all the news that I share with you. And finally, I would like to invite all of you to please subscribe to the channel so you can stay current on all the latest news in regards to our beloved club, FC Barcelona. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And as always, Piscarsa.